Okay folks, this is an interesting one. Hopefully it'll turn up a treat. I do feel shaky today. Let's see how we go with this. Going black and white with this. And I think a negative positive image will look good for this. Oh, I forgot one thing. I'm going to make it enlarged. So we're going to enlarge maybe 390 by 390. A little bit shy of 400. And we're just going to make it negative positive. That's already been set. Okay, let's see what we have got here. Doesn't make sense. Just some letters that I found on a by the road, a tip, some rubbish on the side of the road. I don't know what the fuck. I found this and some other items as well. So I'm just going to make this into a nonsensical, randomized kind of pattern. Yeah. Into something interesting. But yeah, someone was throwing out a whole lot of stuff. Fucking stupid person who obviously has more money than fucking sense. Because I saw a tennis racket as well, and it was still in good condition. I've got it for some other demos that I'm hoping to do today. I think we're going to just turn that on angle. But basically, yeah, the way people throw things out a lot nowadays is just ridiculous, to say the least. You just can't do that, folks. You know, we've got limited supplies of in this planet. You know, I don't know, I just get weary of it, folks. I get weary of this kind of fucktard behaviour of rich people. I don't know how this is going to look. The waste toner box will be running out soon. We'll be getting full. So I'll have to deal with that sooner. And this looks interesting, but you've pushed it too far from the edge. It looks really nice. I like the edges there. But basically, yeah, people are just too quick to throw things away. Things that they could donate to, potentially to op shops, because op shops are always looking for new stuff to donate. And we just have to be a little bit more kinder to our planet than what we have been. We got to fucking just show our planet a little bit of respect. And show the poor people respect, that maybe you can give some of this unwanted material away to those less fortunate than yourself. A tennis racket, you know, a tennis racket could be something that a person who's poor could have, you know. Why are we always throwing things away and just denying the poor people access to our stuff? It's really not fucking fair, folks, and yet people just constantly throw things out. That's not close enough to the edge. So yeah, we have to somehow make the way for a fairer society, folks. We have to make the way. I just get so weary of this, the way things are, the status quo, that the rich rule over everyone else. They've got the money and the power, and they get all this like people kind of like worship them because they've got more money and they're higher up in the pecking order, which just sounds like schoolyard bullying behaviour to me. And if you're not rich, you get bullied, and the rich people love to give it. They love to serve it. They don't like less fortunate people, even though less fortunate people don't typically choose to be less fortunate. They don't choose it, folks. It's not a choice most of the time. Being poor is not a fucking choice. Get that through your fucking skulls, you rich cunts. Just fucking give them a break. You know, give them a break. Leave them alone. You fucktards. Just because you're fucking rich and you can afford anything doesn't mean you can treat others with contempt. Go fuck yourselves, rich people. You know, really, it's not fair. But, you know, what can we do? Yeah, that looks a lot more interesting. I think maybe we could... the A looks nice in that position. I think we could use this. And there's so much corporate greed, and people worship corporations. Like a lot of people worship Apple. You know, they worship Apple. And Apple are just shitheads. You know, they just care about money and they don't care. They remove the headphone jack from their phones. And other companies like Samsung follow. You know, honestly, it's really silly the way corporations get that kind of loyalty. Even Samsung are up to shit. They remember the battery debacle of the Note 7, which came the same year that Apple removed the headphone jack, 2016. So, you know, Samsung was worried that Apple was going to get in first. So they did some compromise on the way and ended up with batteries that just erupted into fire, into flame. And they had to recall them. All these phones, and where did they go? Did they go to landfill? Did they get incinerated? Hardly any of them would have gotten recycled, and even recycling isn't the silver bullet to dealing with pollution. So fuck even Samsung, whose phone I'm currently using. I do prefer Samsung to Apple, but I don't worship Samsung. I don't worship them, folks. I don't admire them. They're just another company that I need to create what I'm doing here. But I prefer them over Apple any day. Anyway, let's see how this looks. Yeah, that looks really quite nice and geometric. I think now we can call this demo quits.